It's a story no one expected to hear about Jungkook, one of the most adored members of BTS, now serving his mandatory military duty in South Korea. Rumors are swirling, and emotions are running high as reports surface, suggesting that Jungkook and several of his fellow soldiers are set to undergo rehabilitation therapy. The reason? Allegations of mistreatment and misconduct that have shocked fans worldwide and left the public asking one burning question: what went wrong in the military environment, and how did it affect the global superstar? This revelation has sent waves of speculation through both armies and military observers alike. Could it be that the Golden Magne, known for his discipline and dedication, has fallen victim to the harsh realities of military life? Or is there something deeper, something far more troubling, that has prompted this decision to send him and others into therapy? And why has Jungkook reportedly requested temporary leave from the military, sparking even more intrigue? The military is often seen as a rigorous, challenging environment meant to mold individuals into disciplined citizens. However, recent news indicates that Jungkook and a group of his fellow soldiers may have been exposed to situations that push them beyond their limits. While details remain scarce, insiders have hinted at incidents of verbal and psychological mistreatment within their unit. Could these pressures have led to the current state of affairs? And how does this align with the public image of South Korea's military system, often lauded for its structure and discipline? Fans are in a state of disbelief. Many had expected Jungkook's enlistment to go smoothly, given his reputation for adaptability and resilience. But these shocking developments suggest otherwise. Sources close to the situation have revealed that the decision for rehabilitation therapy wasn't made lightly. It followed weeks of reported strain, during which Jungkook allegedly struggled with the intense demands and interpersonal dynamics within his military unit. This revelation begs the question: if even someone as mentally strong as Jungkook is finding military life overwhelming, what does this say about the system as a whole? The situation has also brought up questions about mental health in the military. South Korea's mandatory enlistment has long been a topic of debate, with critics pointing out the mental and emotional toll it can take on soldiers. Now, with Jungkook's name attached to such a sensitive issue, the discussion has reached a fever pitch. Why are these issues still persisting in a modern military force? And what steps are being taken to address them? Adding fuel to the fire, reports have emerged suggesting that Jungkook personally requested leave from his military duties. This move has sparked both concern and curiosity. Was it a sign of his struggles reaching a breaking point? Or was it a proactive decision to focus on his well-being before things escalated further? Fans have been quick to point out that Jungkook has always been open about prioritizing mental health, but seeing him take such a step in the structured environment of the military is nothing short of shocking. The situation has also ignited a broader conversation about celebrity enlistment. While stars like Jungkook are expected to receive the same treatment as any other soldier, the reality is far more complicated. Their fame makes them both a target and a symbol, often placing them under even greater scrutiny than their peers. Could this have played a role in the reported incidents? And if so, how can such challenges be mitigated in the future? Experts are now weighing in on what this controversy could mean for South Korea's military system. Some argue that this is a wake-up call to address the mental health needs of all soldiers, not just those in high-profile positions. Others believe it highlights the unique pressures faced by celebrities in the military, suggesting that specialized support systems may be necessary to ensure their well-being. For Jungkook, this period of rehabilitation could be a turning point. It's an opportunity for him to recover and address any challenges he may have faced, but it's also a moment of intense scrutiny. Fans and critics alike are watching closely, eager to see how this situation unfolds and what it reveals about the realities of military life in South Korea. As the news continues to develop, one thing is clear: Jungkook's journey in the military is far from over. Whether this period of therapy marks a temporary setback or a pivotal moment in his service remains to be seen. In the meantime, armies around the world are rallying behind him, sending messages of love, support, and encouragement. As Jungkook's situation becomes a hot topic in both domestic and international media, it's evident that this is more than just a celebrity scandal. For fans and observers alike, the news serves as a mirror reflecting the cracks within South Korea's military system. Could this be the tipping point for long overdue reforms? The military, often seen as a rite of passage for South Korean men, is now under scrutiny like never before. And with a figure as influential as Jungkook at the center, the stakes couldn't be higher. Why is Jungkook's story resonating so deeply? Perhaps it's because his experience humanizes the struggles faced by thousands of young men who are conscripted each year. The idea of mistreatment and emotional exhaustion within the military isn't new, but having someone as prominent as Jungkook go through it forces the public to confront uncomfortable truths. Is South Korea's mandatory enlistment system, often described as a necessary sacrifice, unintentionally causing harm to those it seeks to discipline and protect? Behind the scenes, whispers are growing louder. While official military spokespeople have yet to confirm any details, insiders have reportedly leaked troubling accounts of what Jungkook and his unit endured. Some sources claim that certain members of the unit were subjected to excessively harsh verbal reprimands, isolation tactics, and relentless psychological pressure. These allegations have sparked outrage, with critics accusing the military of failing to create a safe and supportive environment for its soldiers, adding to the controversy. Some reports suggest that the high profile of Jungkook may have made him a target for both envy and excessive scrutiny within his unit. Could his celebrity status have exacerbated tensions, leading to treatment that was harsher than what his peers experienced? If so, this raises uncomfortable questions about the military's ability to protect high-profile recruits from undue stress. For Jungkook, the pressure of serving in the military was compounded by the expectations of millions of fans. Unlike other soldiers, he carries the burden of representing BTS, South Korea's most iconic cultural export, even while in uniform. Every move he makes is scrutinized, every misstep amplified. This level of pressure would be difficult for anyone to handle, let alone someone navigating the rigid hierarchy and demands of military life. Fans have expressed heartbreak over the idea that Jungkook might have been suffering in silence. Known for his strength and resilience, it's painful to imagine him enduring emotional turmoil away from the spotlight. Social media has become a hub for support, with fans sharing messages like, "Jungkook is human too," and "It's okay to not be okay." But amidst this outpouring of love, there's also an undercurrent of frustration. Why wasn't more done to prevent this situation? And what will be done now to ensure it doesn't happen again? One of the most significant aspects of this story is the spotlight it's placing on mental health in the military. South Korea has long struggled with stigmas surrounding mental health, particularly among men. The military's tough-it-out culture often leaves little room for vulnerability, making it difficult for soldiers to seek help when they're struggling. Could Jungkook's experience be the catalyst for change? Mental health experts have already weighed in, emphasizing the importance of creating a military environment that prioritizes psychological well-being. The issue isn't just about one individual, it's about the system as a whole, said Dr. Lee Hyun-jin, a psychologist specializing in military mental health. If someone as mentally strong and disciplined as Jungkook is facing challenges, it's a clear indication that systemic changes are needed. One of the most talked about aspects of this unfolding story is Jungkook's decision to request temporary leave from his military duties. While some have praised him for taking proactive steps to prioritize his mental health, others have criticized the move, claiming it sets a bad precedent for celebrity soldiers. The debate has become a lightning rod for broader discussions about fairness and privilege in the military. Critics argue that allowing Jungkook to take leave could create a perception of favoritism, undermining the principle that all soldiers should be treated equally. However, supporters counter that mental health struggles should never be trivialized, regardless of someone's status. This isn't about privilege, it's about humanity. One fan wrote on Twitter, "Jungkook has the right to heal, just like anyone else." As Jungkook enters this phase of rehabilitation, questions abound about what comes next. Will he return to active duty after completing therapy, or will his military service take an entirely different direction? And how will this experience shape him moving forward, both as an individual and as a public figure? For BTS as a group, this situation also raises new uncertainties. With members currently fulfilling their military obligations at different times, the group's much-anticipated reunion feels further away than ever. Fans are left wondering,